Okay, hi guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to my 2024 planning and reflection video. Before we get into the bulk of the planning portion, I wanted to do some reflection because this time of year just makes me want to reflect and look back. And honestly, the last 3 or 4 years have been the most formative and shaping years of my adult life, for sure. 2020 was the hardest year of my life. It was the year that I lost my mom. We all lost my mom, and it was a huge year of loss. It was extremely difficult, and I'm so lucky for the support system that I have. Honestly, buckle up, everyone. I'm sorry, this is about to get really sappy, but 2020 was definitely the hardest year of my life, and it has shaped who I am today. I can't really say I'm thankful for everything that happened, but it has definitely made me into the person that I am today, and I'm stronger because of it. It was a very difficult year, one that I never wish to relive again, and I don't think I can, but I am so thankful for the people that I have in my life who got me through that tough year. And then we move on to 2021, which was really a year of healing. I moved in with my sister and her wife for a little while, and it was exactly what I needed, and it was just, the word of that year was definitely healing. It was just everything that I needed to move forward and get through and move forward past that tough year of 2020. And honestly, then 2022 came along, and it was, I would say, a year of change. It was when I decided to pack up my things and move to London alone with no job, no place to live, and no friends. And I'm so thankful for that decision now, but looking back, I can't believe I did that. And it was just a huge year of challenge and change. Like I said, I did a lot of growing in that year. I loved, I lost, I just figured a lot of things out. And then 2023 came along, and it was a year of growth. That was the word for 2023. I grew so much in 2023. I fell in love in 2023. I had my heart broken. I got rejected. I found new jobs. I found new friends. I connected and stayed connected with my old friends. And it was just a very, very big year of growth for me. I fell in love with running again. I fell in love with exercise. I watched my best friend get married. I spent time with family. And honestly, it was just a year that I needed to get to the place that I am today. And I'm so, so thankful for the past 4 years and everything that I've learned and everything that I've gained over the last couple of years. And I'm just really, really looking forward to this new year and all of the things that I think it holds. And I'm really excited to get into this video, but I just wanted to do a little bit of reflection before we did that. So thank you guys, and let's get into it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Vicky. I am 27. I live in London, but I'm from Canada. I'm from Nova Scotia, if you're familiar. And I'm actually going through quite a transitional period right now, trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing after January 31st, because that's when my lease is up and I need to make some changes. But in this video, we're going to be going over all of the New Year things, New Year's resolutions, kind of a recap on my last year, figuring out my new word of the year going into 2024, and just kind of all the New Year planning and reflection that you do at the end of a year. I personally love a new year. Just because I love a fresh start. Like, I love a reason to have a fresh start, and the fact that January 1st is on a Monday this year is amazing. But also, I don't want anyone to feel like pressure that they have to be doing things right away. And I think the whole like unsustainable vibe that comes with the new year can be really tough for a lot of people too. Like, you just go in head first, and then 2 weeks later you're like, I can't do any of this all the time, and then you kind of feel disappointed in yourself. So we don't want any of that over here. It's just, I just love a reason. Like, I love a Monday. I love a new year, a new season. That's why I love living somewhere that has 4 seasons, because I find it always feels like a fresh new start, and I just love a fresh new start. I love changing. I love like switching things up, obviously, because I'm constantly doing that. But I think it's just like really nice to have a reason to have a fresh start and to kind of reflect on the things that you've done over the past year. I think it can be really nice. And it can be like really hard as well if you had a hard year, but that just means, I hope, that you can have a better year next year. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of dive into all of that this video. Thought I would kind of like go over some of my past year things and go over my 2023 and then look into 2024 and do a little bit of planning. I kind of want to make like a little vision board on my iPad, on Canva. I want to go through my new Notion planner that I got. I bought it a couple weeks ago, but I was like waiting until the new year to really start using it, and go over my resolutions and all of that. So welcome back, like I said, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am moving from the east coast of Canada, Nova Scotia to be specific, to London, England with no real plan. So I wanted to have a way of documenting this and kind of helping anybody if they're planning on doing something similar. And I am moving to London with no job, no place to live, a hotel booked for a week, and that's about it. I want to be able to look back on this, and I'm just really excited to do this. I'm a bit nervous, getting a bit scared. Where are you going? London!
Where?
London.
Where?
I don't know yet. Maybe Fulham, West London, or East London.
Nice.
We'll see. Living alone in London, England, without a job, unemployed, looking for work, having nothing to do other than apply for jobs and stress out about everything. Live in West London right now. I just moved here 6 weeks ago from Canada, from the east coast of Canada, and I am still adjusting. There's a lot of differences between the UK and Canada that I didn't really expect. I'm also just adjusting to being in a new city where I don't really know anybody, and everything is very brand new, and I don't have a job like I mentioned, and I actually moved here without a place to live either, but I did find that, so that's a bonus. I'm finally effing doing it, but I'm just doing this for myself right now. I think it'll be really cool to look back on and see my journey and see where the next couple of years takes me. So yeah, like I'm going home for 3 weeks, like back to Canada, and then I'm coming back here, and my girlfriends are coming with me, and we're doing a trip to Portugal, and then I'm gonna show them around London a bit, and then they're gonna leave, and then I'm going to do like another month of solo traveling. So I'm gonna just like do some traveling in October. I'm hoping to go to like Copenhagen, Amsterdam, go back to Stockholm to see my friends, and then maybe a couple more places in like the UK and Ireland. So I really want to do like Dublin and Edinburgh. And then yeah, I'll definitely be back to do some more traveling like throughout the years. I do love it here, but Canada is home for me, and that's where I want to be. Just lots of different reasons. I'm moving back to Canada from London. Can you believe it? I feel like no one else would ever want to do this, but I do, and it's my life. So yeah, I'm just starting to pack now. Since the last time I've done anything on this camera, so much has changed with like my mindset and like in my life just in general. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, things have changed so much. I can't even remember the last time I like filmed one of these pretend vlogs, but obviously I'm still in London, still in my room. So I moved in the beginning of March, and I ended up finding a job in the middle of May. So it took me like almost 2 months to find a job, which for me was a lot. Like I hate not working. It was tough, and I just really wanted a job so I could like meet more people. I feel like that's a really good way to meet people. So I ended up finding a job, and I was working for a tech startup. It was an app, and it was really cool, and I loved it. It was tough, like it was a startup life for sure. So I was kind of doing a little bit of everything. I was really busy. Like some days I was working like 12 hours, and so, like there was one day I worked 8 hours on the same task, like 8 hours straight. I was just doing the exact same things that like needed to be done that day, and it was just like very tedious work. Anyway, it was really cool. I feel like I learned a lot. I think maybe if you've gathered that I'm talking in past tense or using past tense, that you might realize I'm not working there anymore. And then I had this like revelation. So I went home for a visit, which I had planned for a long time. I went home at the end of the summer because my uncle was getting married in Newfoundland, and I also just wanted to like see everyone in Nova Scotia. I wanted to like see my family, and my sister was going to be home. One of my best friends who had moved out west was also going to be home, so I just like timed it so that I could see as many people as possible. Before I went home for a visit, I decided like, you know what, I'm gonna go home for a visit. I'm gonna come back because my best friends had a trip planned to come visit me in September, and I had decided like, you know what, I am so glad I did this. I'm really proud of myself, and I still really am proud of myself, but I think I want to be back in Canada. You know, I've done it. It's been like, for me now, it's been like 10 months that I've been here, so almost a year. And I was like, yeah, I just think I'm gonna like go back to Canada. So I had told my job that, and then they tried to like logistically work it out so that I could work from home from Canada, but it just didn't work out. Like the time and the taxes and just like money and just like so many things, it just didn't work out. But it was like a very amicable ending, so I was still working for them until the end of September. I came back here after my visit home, which filled my cup right up. That was such a good visit home, but I kind of realized I didn't want to be home yet. I was like, oh shit, I don't really want to leave London yet. Okay, I am low-key looking absolutely fucking terrifying right now because of the lighting, and also my hair is just really dark right now, and my brows are very light, and I'm really pale, so I look like Morticia at the moment. I haven't done one of these little practice test video things in a long time, since I think October of 2022, and it is almost February of 2023. I'm back in Canada right now, begrudgingly. So many things have happened. So the last time I filmed, I was like, I don't want to be back in Canada quite yet. Like, I went home for a visit at the end of the summer and it was so fun and it filled my cup right up, but I realized that I wanted to stay in London. And then so that was in October, and I was planning on coming home in November, but I didn't end up coming home until December. So many things happened. Like, I was telling you that I stopped working at that tech startup, but I almost started working for them again. Like, they almost had a different job or a different role come up within a different department, and I definitely would have taken that if that worked out, but it just didn't. And then I ended up, there's just so many like little things that happened, and just like little roller coasters, dramas, and I just wanted to stay. And then one day I reached out to my old boss from a company in Canada and asked if he had any like contracts, because I did contract work, which is low commitment, just my style. And he responded back to me like immediately and was like, this could not be better timing. I need someone, I'm short staffed right now. Like, I need someone over Christmas break and into the winter of 2023. Like, that would be perfect. You could start like 4 or 6 month contracts. Start with a 4 or 6 month contract. They could only do 4. And now I'm like really grateful for that. But anyway, I have to be in Canada to work the contract. So I was getting, I always say it like this, like probably for the drama, I was getting kicked out of the place I was living in London, but we weren't. It was just, I wasn't, sorry. Like, the place was getting shut down, the whole building. So I had to find a new place to live anyway. And I didn't have a job, and I need to be in Canada for the contract I was gonna do with this job. So all signs were pointing to move back to Canada for a couple of months, figure my shit out again, save a little bit of money, and kind of like sort my, you know, like get my poop in a group essentially. So I ended up staying in London without a job for a couple of months, and just eating up the rest of my savings, which was so fun. No, it actually was really fun. It was just like, ooh, painful a little bit, but I ended up staying in London for a little bit longer, because we didn't have to get out of the building that I was living in until like January. So I just stayed until December. And my dad and sister actually came out to visit me, and we went to Ireland, and I showed them around London a little bit, and it was like amazing. It was around Christmas time too, so everything was like extra magical, and it was just so much fun. And then I came home in the beginning of December and spent Christmas here and just like saw some friends and family. And I was really anxious. I felt like it was just like not the right decision, but at the end of the day, it was like what I needed to do. It was essentially my only option, and I'm still here right now. But this week I actually am going out and spending a month with my sister in Calgary, and I'm gonna go on a little weekend trip to New York City to visit one of my best friends with one of my other best friends. So I have a lot to look forward to in February. And then in March, I'm just gonna absolutely grind to get my ass back to London. So the goal is to be back in London by beginning of April. And right now it is almost February. So 2 more months, and I need to do the whole goddamn thing again, where I need to find a place to live and find a job. But I feel like it'll be a little tiny bit easier this time, because like I know people there, I have some connections, I left my other job on like super like amicably, so I'm sure that they could like help me out, or I'll definitely at least have a good reference. And I've been there, I know the neighborhoods, like it'll just be a bit easier for me to find a place to live, and it's just like a little bit less overwhelming than it was last time. But still, it's going to be a lot of work. Like, I still have to go through the whole applications, interviews for flats, like all of that. But it's kind of like a do-over. And then because I still have a whole other year on my visa, so I want to live that out. Honestly, what they say And I just thought I was above this. Not above this, but I was just like, no, like I know it. I know in my gut, like this is just how I feel. But what they say about like the first 6 months of something like this, like a move being the hardest and getting over that hump is absolutely true. Like the first 6 months were so hard. I mean, I got to do so many amazing things. Like I went to travel, I had some friends visit, I visited some friends, I, you know, lived in London and started a job and met like lots of people and did lots of cool things. But it was a crazy amount of loneliness. Like I don't think I've actually ever felt lonely before I moved to London, because I love being alone. So most of the time I would say, like, you know, being alone, well, obviously being alone and being lonely are two completely different things. And most of the time I was just like enjoying my alone time and being alone. But even when I didn't want to be alone for those first couple of months, I had to be because I didn't know anyone. So that was like, and that was when I didn't have a job yet. So it was just like, there was like day stretches, like days, I wouldn't say weeks on end, but like days on end where I was like not interacting with anybody at all, barely, other than like maybe in the hallway or like at a workout class. But I was very much like in passing. So yeah, that was really hard. That was really hard. But like, yeah, I just got through that, got past it, met some people, just started getting into the swing of things. And then I fucking loved it. And I was so proud of myself. I'm still so proud of myself. But like, anyway, I've just been through, I can't even, like the amount of emotions I have been through over the last like year has been incredibly hard on my body. I was actually supposed to go on a date, but I'm moving in 3 weeks and I've never met this guy before. And well, so, okay, well, I met him one time for 5 minutes at a bar. We were both drunk and he like came up to me and asked me for my number. And then pretty much right after that, I went to Calgary. So like a city on the other side of Canada. And I was there for like over a month. So we never really got the chance to like meet up before I left. And then I came home and I am moving to London in 3 weeks. So I'm just like, ugh, it just doesn't really seem worth it. Not that it's not worth it to meet new people and blah, 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 but I'm just like so busy, exhausted. I had a shit day today. And I was like, you know what the last thing I want to do is? Go on a date right now. And we didn't really have any plans. Like I wasn't sure what we were doing and I actually hadn't heard from him in a couple days. So I wasn't even sure like if we were gonna go on the date. So I kind of in my mind was like, okay, he's ditching, it's probably not gonna happen. He's just ghosting me. And I was like, cool, perfect. Like then I don't have to go on a date tonight. And then he messaged me in the afternoon and was like, are we still on? And so then I was kind of like, you know, the disappointment was palpable. Not on his, like not because of him, nothing to do with him, but I just am like, I was kind of like mentally preparing for us to not have a date. So then I kind of prepared my whole evening in my mind. And then he was just like, come over. And I'm like, bro, I've met you once for 5 minutes. We don't have each other on social media. I don't even know your last name. You could be the guy from You. Like, I am not coming over. Rule of thumb, don't go to someone's place on a first date, especially if you don't know them, especially if you have no connections with them. Like, if it was someone that I knew and was friends with and we were going on a first date, then sure, I'd meet up with them to like walk to a place. But even if I did know them, like I don't really want to go to someone's apartment for a first date. I want to like go out, be with the people, grab a drink, or like go for a walk or get a coffee or something. Like I'm not trying to come over. I'm not trying to come through to the crib, which is what he said to me, which again was like, no, bro. I'll not be coming through to the crib tonight or any other night for that matter. Bruh, I had the longest week ever. Like all I did this week was like work, interviews, flat viewings, applying for flats, like just so many things. I'm just so exhausted. I thought the best way to kick off this video would be to go over some of my resolutions, if you want to call them that. I used to make this like wild list of resolutions that were pretty unattainable, and then like I mentioned earlier, be really disappointed in myself when I couldn't achieve like any of them. And I'm just like, I do not subscribe to that anymore. We're not doing that. I have 3 main resolutions, which I can audit, you know, quarterly, see if I want to change, update, add, whatever. But my 3 main resolutions are the ones that I kind of want to focus on this year. I feel like that's like a good number. I feel like I can do it. I feel like they're things that I really can work toward this year. And they're things that are really important to me. And I feel like my list is just, it's things that have definitely been on my list in the past, but I don't know, I just feel like I gained a lot of confidence in myself this year in terms of like saying I'm going to do something and then doing it. So that's huge. That's major for the program. So that also really gives me a lot of confidence going into this new year, thinking, you know, if I set my mind to do something, I absolutely can do it. I know that now. And in the past, I haven't like 100% been confident in myself. And obviously there's always work to do, but I can't describe the confidence that you get when you say you're going to do something to yourself. It doesn't have to be to other people. Obviously I'm saying it to other people right now, but to yourself, and then actually doing it. Like, for years, I've been saying that I want to start a YouTube channel, and I finally did it this year. For years, I've been saying I wanted to move abroad, and I finally did it a couple of years ago, and I came back and I'm really like figuring my shit out. And for years, I've said I wanted to get into running, and I finally did that like this year and last year. So I just feel like I've gained so much confidence from those things, like from knowing myself, that I'm like, okay, when I say I'm gonna do something and I actually set my mind to it, I can do it. And that's just like, there's nothing like that. There's nothing like having confidence in yourself, your own decision-making skills, and your ability to complete things and achieve things. Like, it's huge. So yeah, that's awesome. I'm just like, I don't know, I'm feeling obviously very reflective and introspective because it's that time of year, and it's literally that video for this. It is 2024 when you're seeing this video, so Happy New Year. I hope everyone had a really relaxing and restful holiday period, but I hope you have like a really great start to your new year, and I hope 2024 is the year that you gain more confidence in yourself, if that's what you're looking for. So yeah, I'm just like kind of word vomiting right now, but let's go over my 3 New Year's resolutions for 2024. And number 1, I want to get my French back to bilingual. If you didn't know this about me, I did French immersion my entire schooling life. So for 13 years, so I should be bilingual. And I technically am, but I haven't spoken it in like 5 years. Here and there, I'll just like throw in a little French word, whatever. And I'll like read things in French, just to like remind myself that I can. And I've spoken it a couple times. Like, I went to Paris, I used to play hockey in Quebec. So like I've spoken it, but I never ever had that confidence in myself. Like, I was pretty good at it growing up. I think learning a language when you're younger is a lot easier, like just in general for your brain. So I'm really, really thankful that my parents put me into French immersion, because it's so great to be bilingual and know other languages. And I think that sets you up to learn other languages as well, which I'm hoping to do in the future. But because I have the foundation of 13 years of French, I want to get that back to bilingual, and I want to get back to like, well, I want to get to conversational French, because when you're in school, all you ever really learn is like how to conjugate verbs, and I'm doing math in French and I'm doing history in French, but like you're not actually learning how to like converse with people. So that's something that I really, really want to focus on this year, is getting my French back to bilingual, feeling more confident in speaking to other people and having conversations with people, and just getting myself out of my comfort zone. Whether that's taking a class or going to a class in person, you know, having my little Emily in Paris moment. I just want to have my French by the end of 2024 back to bilingualism. I want to be confident and say, yes, I can speak 2 languages. French is one of them. And I just don't want to waste 13 years of my life. Like, that was a huge portion of my upbringing, was speaking French. And I want to get that back. And then maybe in 2025, I'll learn another language. But 2024 is the year of the French for me. Okay, my second New Year's resolution, and something I never, ever, ever thought I would be able to do, and would never have the confidence in myself to say out loud to anyone else in case I failed, was I want to run an organized run this year. And honestly, you know, if I don't do this, don't get mad at me, but I kind of want to run a half marathon. My sister's training for a half marathon right now, and it would be so cool if we ran one together. But even if we didn't run the same one, I think it'd be really awesome if we like ran one near the same time. We started training together. I actually got her a half marathon training plan for Christmas. So I'm thinking maybe I'll follow that as well, since I have access to it. And I just like, I really, really got into running in 2023. I am not fast, I'm not good, but like I said, I gained so much confidence in myself being able to like just saying that I was going to actually stick to running, and then actually doing that. Like, never in my life, I've always like gone out for a run here or there, always said I was not a runner, always said that I was, you know, I could sprint, but I'm not a long distance runner. And I think I just said those things out loud, and I was really like limiting myself, because I need to work on this. It's not a resolution, it's just an overarching like life goal to not be so afraid of failure. And I think I've really worked on that. And you kind of like, once you grow and you get older, you kind of shed that fear a little bit as the years go on. At least I have, but I still have a fear of failure. I still have a fear of, you know, getting things wrong. And I don't know why. It's just myself. It's just the pressure that I put on myself of like failing. And it's not like, failing is huge. I have I have faced so much failure and rejection this year, and it has made me a better person. It has made me a different person. It has changed me for the better. It has made me grow in ways that I have never grown before, because I've allowed myself to do things and try new things and try, like, I moved to a new country without knowing a soul, without a place to live, without a job. That very well could have led to failure. And I got rejected from a lot of jobs. I met lots of people. I did lots of things. And then like, but I'm still here and I'm still doing it. And I'm so proud of myself for that. Anyway, I am derailing this conversation about running an organized run because that is my second New Year's resolution. But I just want to say that a fear of failure can really stop you from like doing so much. And failure is a part of life. It's the only way to grow. And it's the only way to really learn. Like, it's not embarrassing. I always was I think it's because, you know, when you grow up, especially in like a smaller town, you know, everyone knows everything about each other essentially. And it's a lot scarier to fail because people will know, but you fall down, you get back up. Like failure, if you are so afraid of failure your entire life, you're not living. And you could die at any moment. So stop being afraid of failure and just do the things that you want to do. And if you fail, it's not a failure. It's just a learning moment, a character building moment, as I say. Everything that goes wrong lately, I'm like, for the plot, it's character building. And I'm still taking that into 2024 because it helps me. And it helps me not be so afraid of failure. And if that is what's going to get me there, then that is okay. But anyway, in saying that, I want to run an organized race or run, and I really think I want it to be a half marathon. My sister, I think, is running one in Vancouver, and depending on my situation in a couple of months, potentially I could run that with her, but maybe I could run one in the UK, or maybe I could run one somewhere else in Europe. I don't know. But I want to run an organized race. Maybe a 10K, maybe a half marathon, maybe a 5K, who knows? But that's a goal. I know it's achievable. I know I can do it. I believe in myself. And I think it would feel really good. And I am like so emo about people running races and marathons and half marathons and all that. I'm like, why don't I do it myself? I know I'm gonna cry. I know I'm gonna cry if I do it. Because I literally cry every single time I see anyone running an organized race. And I am not a crier. Like, not a lot makes me that emotional. Running, for some reason, has always made me emotional. Whenever I see my best friend running, crying. Whenever I see strangers running and people cheering for them, crying. So maybe I can cry for myself this time. In 2024, I will be running an organized race. So that's my second New Year's resolution. And my third and final New Year's resolution as of right now for 2024 is I want to get a certification in something. I don't necessarily want to go like back to school and do a master's or do anything major, like a huge program or anything, but I really, really want to get a certification in something. I have a couple of ideas in mind. I'm not just like, you know, loosely throwing out some random certification, but I really want to learn something new, try something different, and kind of upskill. I might get a couple certifications, who knows, but my two major ones that come to mind and things that I'm really interested in and want to explore further are personal training. So I would love to get my personal training certification this year. I love exercising. I love the gym. I found my newfound love and passion for it in the past year and a half. I love like everything that goes with working out. I don't just like going to the gym and getting it done and leaving. Like, I love the mechanism and the purpose and like why certain muscles work the way that they do. And I want to learn more, and I would love to eventually be someone who can help other people work out. Maybe people who don't have as much confidence in the gym. Like, I still don't have as much confidence in the gym, but I've gained so much in the past year and a half, 2 years probably. Anyway, personal training certification is up there with a certification I would love to get. Honestly, I think the highest on the list would be my proofreading and editing certification. I have wanted to do this for so long. Like, if you don't know me or you don't know this about me yet, I am a nerd about grammar. Like, if I find a grammatical error in a book, I'm screaming from the rooftops, I'm highlighting it. I'm like, woo, how exciting. I found an error that other people didn't find, which is like, shut up. But I just get so excited about it. And I've always, like, my friends are the people who come to me to like edit their things, help them with their resumes, help them with their cover letters. I've always really had a passion for like helping other people get jobs. So something like editing and proofreading and helping people with their resumes and cover letters is like huge for me. But I want to upskill. I want to like have more confidence in what I do. And I want to know the proper ways to like edit on paper, edit on computer. I did a course when I was living in Nunavut, a 2-day proofreading and editing course. Some of the best 2 days of my life. And I'm not joking. Like, I actually had so much fun. I've always loved learning. So like getting paid to go to this course while I was working and just spend 2 days learning about like the proper ways to edit and proofread and go and like learning about like the career paths that come with proofreading and editing and all of that stuff. Like, it literally just got me so excited. It sparked something in me. And I've been wanting to do it forever. I've done like sessions with different universities and different colleges and courses and all of this stuff, learning about doing those courses. But then, you know, I've had a lot happen in the last 3 years. You know, I lost my mom, and then I was moving all over Canada, and then I moved here, and then I moved back, and then I moved back. I've just been all over the place, and my money has been tight in the last little while, living in London, living in like a very expensive city. It's just like getting a certification and spending like hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on something like that has not been a priority, but it is a priority in 2024. I'm gonna, you know, budget, make it a priority for me. So those are my 3 resolutions for 2024. I will, you know, they're subject to change. They're subject to be added to, edited, etc. But right now, those are the 3 things that I want to focus on going into 2024. And I'm really excited about them. I'm really excited to have 3 like core main things I think that are really achievable and that will like help me grow in the next year. So yeah, those are my resolutions for now. And let's get into the rest of the video. Here we go. Let's do a little bit of vision boarding. Right now I have Pinterest open and I have Canva open. So I've already created a board on Pinterest called 2024 Vision Board, and then I just typed in 2024 Vision Board in the search bar in Pinterest, which is a little bit like straight to the point, but I've already saved a couple photos, like some that like inspire me to speak French, some that are more like running and fitness inspired, and then I'll search up a couple more that are like more related to my resolutions, and then I just want some other ones in there as well. Like, I really want to focus on traveling this year. Yeah, so I want to have that as well. I want to do more reading. I want to hopefully make more money. I want to have things that make me happy and do things that make me happy. So that's kind of going to be the theme of my vision board, and I think probably is the theme of everyone's vision board, just things that you want to do, see, and things that make you happy. So I'm just going to go through and kind of save things that inspire me, that make me feel happy and excited. While I was going through some of the stuff like on Pinterest and going through 2024 like vision board things, I was like, oh my god, that's so chuggy. And then I was like, honestly, vision boarding is chuggy, but it's supposed to be. Like, it's supposed to be just kind of like, it's manifestation and trying to like visualize the things that you want in your next year. So whatever, it's gonna be a little chuggy, okay, everyone? We can get past that. By the way, I just use Canva free, like I don't have pro, and it does the trick for me so far. I mean, I do think eventually I will get pro because there's some things that I would love to use, but right now I just can't justify it. But in the future, I think I will, because I love Canva. I use it for literally everything. Like, if I could have one sponsor that would be so on brand for me, it would be Canva. Like, I literally tell everyone to get in to use it. So I'm just gonna delete one at a time and like add things in. Like this one, for example, just kind of a French vibe, you know? I'm gonna make it smaller, put it here, and then you can just kind of like move things to the front or to the back. So I'm just gonna play around with it until I am happy with what I have. I don't know why I chose this template because it's too long for an iPad wallpaper, but here we are. And I wanted to add as many photos as I could. So I think it's cute. I think it's inspiring. It's gonna make me happy. So that's why I like it. I did this, and then I just can like fit whatever I want to onto my wallpaper, and then I'll also save it into my little daily dashboard on my Notion planner that I'll show you guys in a little bit as well. So yeah, it was just fun to do, nice and inspiring. I literally love going through Pinterest. Like, it's one of my favorite hobbies. So it was just fun. And I wanted to show you guys what the finished product looked like. So here we are. You know, we've got some running, we've got some French things, we've got some words of inspiration, books, eating, reading, editing, exercise, fitness, all the things, connection, time with friends. There were some that I've saved that I wanted to add in here as well, but you only have so much space. So this is what we ended up with. I think it's cute. I think I'm happy with it. And I encourage you guys to make one as well. It's just fun to like go through images and kind of envision your year ahead of you and plan and manifest if you believe in that, and just kind of think about the things that you want to happen to you in the next year and the things that you want to do and the things you want to achieve. So there's my little spiel, there's my little vision board. Let's get on with it. going along with the theme of new year, new plans, things changing, I'll obviously keep you guys updated because as of January 31st, so in 31 days, I have no idea where I'm gonna be or what I'm gonna be doing, which is, yeah. Yeah, it's exciting, but it's also terrifying and stressful. But anyway, that's a later me problem. I'm working on it, don't worry. But I also want to start a new workout plan. And like I said, I want to hopefully train for a half marathon, so that's gonna be the goal. But I also really wanted to start a new like training program at the same time. So, you know, I don't have any like major aesthetic or physical goals other than just I wanna get stronger, I wanna have more confidence in myself in the gym, in my running, and I just wanna feel healthy overall. So I want to try a new program. So I think I want to try Evolve You. I will keep you guys updated on this, but my new workout split for the new year, I'm going to do like a 12-week training block. And because there's like major changes coming at the end of January, I think maybe I'll start for real in February for the 12 weeks, but I'm going to start like the first 4 weeks in January, just like getting myself, dipping my toe back into this like new workout plan. So the new split is going to be, as of now, I'm gonna do 3 running days and 3 training days. Sometimes I'll like sandwich a running and a training day into one day if I can only work out 5 times a week that week. But overall, I've realized that like I love to exercise. It doesn't feel like a chore to me. If I can't do it, I don't beat myself up. Like some weeks I'm gonna work out 4 times a week. Some weeks I'm gonna work out 6 times a week. But overall, I'm gonna be doing 3 runs a week and 3 training days a week. So I'm gonna be doing an easy or a base run, a tempo or an interval run, and then a longer run. And that is, obviously that will change week to week as I'm like training for a half marathon. And then in between that, so I'm probably gonna like every other day do run, every other day do strength training, and then give myself a rest day. Of course, lots of stretching, and if I need more than 1 rest day, I'll give myself that, don't worry. I'm not about overexerting myself in 2024. That is not it for us. But hopefully for the training, I'll be doing 1 lower body focus day, 1 upper body focus day, and then 1 full body and core focus day. So that's the main goal. I mean, right now, obviously I'm not doing like bodybuilding. If I was, I would be like breaking it up more into like push, pull, like working out more often in the gym. But because I want to train for a half marathon while also gaining more strength and just working, I love the mix of both. I love hybrid. I love being in the gym. I also love running. So I don't need to explain myself. I don't know why I feel like I need to like over explain this, but I want to do both, and I'm gonna do both because you can. I'm also really interested, if you guys couldn't tell from like my high protein, what I eat in a days, but I love the nutrition side of things. Like I'm very interested in how nutrition can help improve your fitness and your overall health and all of that. Like if you talk to my family, they will tell you that I annoy the shit out of them talking about like drinking water and getting your protein in and blah, 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 blah. I know I'm annoying, but it's important and it's exciting and it's cool. And it's really interesting to see like what works for different people because everyone is so different, and like what helps you, you know, gain strength and get better and have more energy. And just, you know, food is fuel and food is amazing. And I love food. But I also just love the way that it can make you feel and trying new things and cooking. So I want to do more of that in 2024 as well. Like I really want to focus more on nutrition. Maybe that can be added into the list of like certifications I'd like to get. Something to do with nutrition. Leah, I see you. One of my best friends is a dietitian. Don't worry, I'm not gonna be a dietitian. I'm not gonna take up your space. But I do love nutrition. I love the idea of like nutrition and sport together. And I kind of want to focus on both of those in the new year, and more cooking content and more like recipe stuff. So yeah, those are my fitness and nutrition goals for 2024. And it's so interesting, like the way you change and when you grow up, and like getting out of that mindset of like, I need to lose 10 pounds this year, or I need to fit into this size jeans this year, because like those used to be resolutions of mine, which is sad, obviously, but it's just the society that we live in. And it's not like we don't still live in a society that like focuses on weight loss and looking your best, whatever. But like the way my mindset has changed and the way that I view fitness and nutrition now is so different from like even a couple of years ago. And I'm so thankful for that. And I'm just really looking forward to learning more, growing more, gaining more strength, getting better at running, and being happy, hopefully.
Welcome to my computer and welcome to my Notion daily dashboard that I got from Flourish Planners. I will link her down below like I mentioned, but I just wanted something like I can use this on my computer, my phone, and my iPad. So it's nice to have that like overall of my devices. I was kind of like I'm still getting used to Notion. I've used it in a couple of jobs and personally as well, but I've never used it for like a length of time where I've been really comfortable with it. Like even last night, I was going over some of this stuff on my daily dashboard and on my iPad actually, and I was just getting really frustrated with some of the ways that this, like the widgets move and everything. Like it just seems like it's really easy to make mistakes, but it's just a learning curve, and there's so much you can do with Notion. So I do really want to like learn to be better and use it properly because I think it's just a really good tool. But I just wanted to show you the daily dashboard that I got. Like literally all of this, you just downloaded it and then added it to your Notion. Like you duplicated her planner to your own Notion, and then it already has like all of this stuff in it. So it's broken down by daily, goals, wellness, and personal. And then it just has like a little calendar here that's going to change over like per day and per month. So tomorrow it'll switch over to January. So we'll switch over to January, and I just put the first 2 weeks in for now. But tomorrow I'm gonna go for my 5-kilometer easy run. And then Tuesday is gonna be a lower body day. Wednesday is going to be my tempo run. Thursday is gonna be my upper body day. Friday is my full bod and core day, and then Saturday is going to be my long run day, which is going to be an 8-kilometer run, and then Sunday will be a rest day. I'm still, like I said, really getting used to Notion and really getting used to using it, but I like it so far, so I think it's great, and I'll keep you guys updated. We'll do like a quarterly check-in on my goals and my planning and my budgeting and all of that stuff. Oh, I also kind of want to add like a little financial planner or budget in here as well. I did get a sheet, like a Google Sheet template for that, so I'm gonna get into that in the new year as well, but that's not gonna be part of this video because I don't have any of that shit figured out ATM. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you guys so much for the love and support on Vlogmas, and I hope that you guys like my new videos going into the new year. I have some exciting things that I want to do and try out, so I hope you stick around, and I hope you subscribe if you haven't already. Please comment down below your word of the year for 2024. I want to learn, I want to know. Oh, I love you so much, and Happy New Year. I'll see you in my next video.